Shut up and sit down.
There's like a clip of BTS where they're like, what's the hardest English words to say? And Jimin's like, they're all hard except for I love you. That's easy.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bias Effect podcast. It's your girl Nikki.
It's QJ.
And we're back for another classic comeback episode. First one of the year.
Breaking down the first month of the year.
First month of the year, guys. It's kind of a doozy. There's a lot of big ones in here.
Oh, I thought you were saying it like it was kind of a like a dud.
It's kind of a dud. No, a lot of big ones though, and we delved into something new. That's kind of exciting, and let's get right into it. Why don't we? There wasn't a lot of singles. That's what I was trying to allude to. That it was more, like big actual full releases this month.
Yeah, I think we like. There's a couple singles, but we just kind of like didn't dive into.
One of them was a remix. Yeah,
Yeah.
like okay, we've heard it. But our favorite RBW band, Onewe, released a single on the January 14th, called Ferris Wheel. It was just that. It was just a single. I think they were supposed to drop something else, but I know you did some research on it, but
like their Instagram specifically outlined this single's coming out here, this album's coming out here, and then the album never came out. Maybe like they had to push it or something. I don't really know, but
yeah. So Ferris Wheel was the song, and yeah, they had a full like a music video too, which was, as you mentioned too, more of a performance video, which was cool. Like I don't think we've really seen like them performing. I haven't watched any of like their live performances or anything like that. It was kind of cool to see them as a band or whatever. And they were performing in like this big room, but it had this like ivy flower theme, which so here for. And then when they pan out towards the end, they're singing like a circle with all their instruments, and it's a Ferris wheel that they're in. But the song itself was fine. I like, again, it wasn't like, didn't blow me away, but it was a cute little like jazzy like funky number or whatever. But to me, if it was released in an album, I would be like, oh nice, it's a nice song on the album. But as a single, it's fine.
yeah, I thought it was alright, and like I agree. The like set was nice. I thought that was cute, but like yeah, I wouldn't really like listen to it again probably unless they release an album that I listen to it like all together. But I guess
Exactly.
Who knows what's happening there. Yeah. I don't want to shit too hard on them, but like their makeup was not good in this. Like
cute.
they went like, it looks like he has frostbite.
That's, I think, the point. I think
That's not a good look. Like,
I think it's supposed to be like, yeah, like a windswept look, like if you're on top of a Ferris wheel forever or whatever.
he looks like he needs medical attention. I thought it was just a little aggressive. He could have blended it a little bit more.
His was intense. It was Giyuk's. If anyone's wanting to know who we're referencing, the other ones were fine. The other ones had the more like average, like just over the cheek blush, but his is like all over his nose, all his cheek, and even his chin.
Yeah, like it was like a kind of a lot. I was like, I don't know what the vibe here is, but yeah, overall it was good. I was a little disappointed that whatever happened to the album, but maybe it's coming later.
Yeah, I thought I saw something. I'd have to look at it again, but I thought I saw them post something like it's supposed to be like a live album, so maybe it's like a live thing. But why would it be called recording if it's a live thing?
Maybe they're changing their mind. They've had to switch some things up at RBW apparently.
Oh, girl, we'll go right into that. Yeah, so we didn't touch base on this. Happened last month. It was quite surprising, let's say, but not surprising at the same time.
Yeah.
So we heard that Oneus is leaving our RBW, and it's kind of, it was weird to see it because we've been talking about it for so long how it doesn't seem like it's working with them, even though like they're so freaking talented. Like we say it all the time, justice for Oneus. Okay, well, looks like they're trying to take it in their own hands. So, we have the statement here from RBW. We'll just read it quickly. Hello, this is RBW. First of all, we would like to sincerely thank Two Moon, Oneus fan club, we know, for their unwavering love and support of Oneus. We have been in discussions with Oneus regarding their future activities, and following such discussions, we have mutually agreed to conclude our exclusive contract with all 5 Oneus members at the end of their contract in February 2026. Also, like, Soho's just a military. It's like, I guess.
Yeah, whatever you guys say.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just yeah. Oneus will wrap up their official schedules under RBW with the release of their new album and following broadcast activities in January 2026, which we'll talk about that later. Despite the conclusion of our exclusive contract, both the members and the agencies have agreed to maintain the value and identity of Oneus name, and have agreed to have them continue using the Oneus name for their group activities in the future. We plan to proactively cooperate on all of the matters necessary for their team activities so that the members can continue the relationship with Two Moon as Oneus. We are deeply grateful to Oneus members who have achieved meaningful growth alongside us, and we ask for your constant interest and support for the 5 members who will continue as Oneus. Thank you. So kind of insane. So yeah, this drops and we're like, pardon me. So yeah, their 7-year contract was coming up. So then I guess they were like, no, we're not doing it. So I have no idea what the future is, but it was at least comforting to hear, hopefully. We have no idea how they'll plan out. But that their company, RBW, seems to be fine with them continue as Oneus, and seems like they want them to still succeed.
We saw, like, the thing where, like, I don't know the truth to it or whatever, but that RBW was, like, investing in, like, real estate or whatever. So, like, I wonder if it's just, like, they're just, like, not interested in managing idols in general. Maybe that's not, like, their vibe. So they're just kind of, because, like, all the members of Mamamoo are also not with them. Like, the group is, I think, but, like, their individual stuff, they're all gone as well. So, like, maybe they're just kind of like, we're kind of getting out of the space.
Yeah, so, yeah. And it seems like they are, more willing to spend the money. Because that's another thing we always notice. Why are they not being promoted so much? Why are they not on extra shows? Why do we not see them everywhere? Well, it doesn't sound like our theory of them not spending the money on them seemed accurate. Because, apparently they're spending money on a bunch of buildings. Now, the other interesting thing that we were thinking about was Onewe and Oneus were brother-sister bands. But Onewe did just renew their contract for 5 years. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. There's literally blood family in those 2 bands. Now they're separated. So yeah, RBW, as far as I know, the biggest band they have right now is Onewe. And I guess Mamamoo is supposed to come back this year, but crazy tea. We'll have to see. Will forever be with Oneus, but yeah, I don't think we've heard anything about where they're going next. We kept saying, like, oh my god, can you imagine it was like Big Hit or Hive? Oh my god, that'd be so exciting for them.
Yeah, I wonder, because also, like, right now only 1 member has enlisted, so whoever takes them also has to consider that all these guys have to go through service still too, right?
True. But yeah, if they go somewhere else, maybe they could subunit them out to other something. Since we're just chatting about them, they did, Oneus did, as mentioned in that statement, really have another release in January. So they released a single album. It had 3 songs on it. The album was called One.
It's either one as in you won something, or won as in Korean money. Who knows?
So yeah, it was 3 tracks. Grenade, Stop and Move, When You're Close to Me.
Not my favorite, like, title drop. I didn't really like Grenade that much, and, like, I guess it's to be expected, but, like, the music video was just a performance video. Like, obviously they're not putting any like extra magic into a video right now, so it's just like
Especially
a performance
now, yeah.
thing. Like they looked great and like the dancing was great, but the song itself I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, and I know you and the trap style music and repetition too. It's definitely not up your alley. But yeah, I would have to agree that it wasn't my favorite Oneus drop. I actually prefer their non-title track over the title
Yeah, I
track.
really liked Stop and Move. I
Stop
liked
and
that
Move,
song a
yeah.
lot.
That one was way better to me as well. Um, but yeah, with Grenade, but your boy, he was rapping real a lot.
Yeah,
in
he's
that
like
one,
the
huh?
center now, apparently.
Yeah, I don't. He's everything. I will say it's growing on me a bit, but it wasn't right off the bat like the song. But yeah, Stop and Move was so good.
I like that one a lot. When You're Close to Me was like just a fine, like
Yeah,
just a nice
it was
song.
R&B slow song.
Yeah.
It's fine. Not our typical favorite. Just slaps off the bat style for
And
what.
no one's buying it because no one's gonna give more money to RBW anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, they're just like, okay, we're just trying to get through this now.
Listen to Oneus. And more than ever, they need the listen so that someone will pick them up.
So, on to the full album releases. We got on January 12th our first full DXS unit album, Serenade. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
So DK and Seungkwan from 17. It's like unit album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought like if you're in a sentimental mood, it's a great album. Like if I can put myself in that headspace, I was like, it's pretty beautiful. But like as a just general like day to day, this is not really the vibe.
I had this like you know me, I'm not super always into like you say like ballads, and it's what I expected, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Like we said, I'm not, I usually don't like sit down and be like, yeah, but there were, like you said, it was really beautiful. Like what they did come up with was really nice. So it was 6 songs, and then DK and Seungkwan had 1 solo each, and then the rest were together. So the first song was Rockstar, of course, by DK. It was more of like the upbeat, fun song, which is very DK coded. It's an expressive anthem. It acts as a strong opener that highlights DK's vocal energy and charisma, setting a tone of confidence and forward motion. And then Blue, this is the one that everyone seems to love right now too in the K-pop sphere. Did you watch the music videos at all?
No.
Okay. So
I forgot.
they did a cinematic version, and then they did what they called an epilogue version. So the cinematic version was basically a short film. It was like 7 minutes long, and it had like some pretty big actors in it. Lee Yu-mi, it was such weird timing. I just watched a K-drama called As You Stood By. She was in that, and she's also was in Mr. Plankton and Squid Game. So, and then the other main actor was Steve Sang-hyun. No, he was in Sense8 and Pachinko. So, just not nobody's off the street. But I only laugh. It was a pretty sad music video. Basically, Blue is about people like experiencing sadness over an extended period of time. But the music video, these 2 characters, he's going through like a depression, and they're in a relationship, and then eventually he's like, I can't keep being with you because I'm so depressed, and I have to let you go even though I don't want to, type thing. But the beginning of the music video was there's like a scene where he's getting pulled out of a car accident, but his friend is still in the car, and it's Seungkwan. He's still in the car, and he's like getting pulled away, and the car explodes, so like Seungkwan dies. And yeah, I'm telling you, it happens. And yeah, he's like crying and everything. So I just thought it was kind of funny that he's so depressed throughout the whole music video because he lost Seungkwan. Which obviously, yes, if you lost a close friend in general, I just thought that was so funny. Be like, I can't live on without Seungkwan in my life. And then yeah, the epilogue version, which more it was DK and Seungkwan singing. It just, the way that, to me, the video was cut was it felt like they were lovers that were no longer lovers, because it starts Seungkwan in one area, a very isolated area house looking on a deserted landscape. DK was in a car that's on the side of the road, again isolated. Then they start walking, and at the very end of the video they see each other. And then they walk by each other. So it would seem to indicate that the edit is saying that they were the lovers and now they can no longer be lovers. Okay. Do I actually think that's what the point was? No, but I mean, yeah, the other songs: Guilty Pleasure, Silence, Dream Serenade by Seungkwan Solo, and Prelude of Love. I liked Silence, and I liked both their solos. And Blue is fine. I mean, Blue is the song, but
I liked that they started with Rockstar, because like when we were gonna listen to it, I was expecting Blue, but I like that they started with something like that was upbeat and not like a ballad. And I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like a whole array of sounds here, and like it was still mostly like slow jams, but still, I appreciated that they put effort into like something else. But yeah, I liked Rockstar and Blue and Guilty Pleasure and Prelude to Love. I don't know. I feel like I listened to Seungkwan's solo from Happy Birthday enough that I'm like, I kind of got it.
The reason I liked Seungkwan's solo, Dream Serenade, so much, because it really did feel like it had a pace through the song. Like, he starts really slow, and then it really does become grand. So I appreciated his, like, it wasn't one...
Mm-hmm.
He showed struggling with the words, but not just like one tone. He was building through the song, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Overall, pretty good though.
Yeah, I liked them more than I thought I was gonna like it, and I totally seem to kind of understand subunits now with this. Like, this totally makes sense why subunits exist. Because if this came out completely as a 17 album, I'd be like, what? This is not what I wanted. But as a subunit, as an offshoot, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the members wouldn't really fit into this vibe. So like it makes this, in that same vein, it makes sense to me too. So like if you're gonna try to fit like Mingyu and Vernon and Scoops and Wonu into like a vibe like this, then like you're gonna have totally different songs in there, right? You're gonna have like full rap songs. Like it you can make that direct comparison to CXM. Like that whole album was like party vibes or like hype vibes or whatever it's called. So like it makes sense to me too. It's like more of like a singular crafted sound.
It's perfect.
Great job, 17.
And then we dipped into the unknown for us.
We said we would, and we did.
We said we would, and we did. Enhypen, the Sin Vanish. It was very interesting to go take a look at this album, because for me, let's just say I felt very old listening to this. I just, okay. First of all, okay, let's just say, I like when people try to do something different, okay? And they did this, I like, almost like a narrative album. It's not just a regular album. So it basically has a bunch of spoken word tracks in it, and then mixed in with the songs to try to make an overall vibe, I guess. But I just...
I mean, I I can appreciate that also, but like when I'm listening to music, I don't really want to hear like a plot. And like the fact that we don't speak Korean, I'm also like, I don't know what you're saying. So I'm like basically skipping all these spoken word tracks. And they released 11 versions of it, including English version and like singular member versions. I didn't listen to any of those because I was like, I just shouldn't have to listen to 11 albums to get the whole story. Okay? I should be able to listen to one.
You can, you do, basically. So I did reason to look more into it. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was really cool that they released it in Korean, English, Japanese, and Mandarin so they could, you know, have everyone take a listen. So I listened to the English version. So it is basically just the spoken word parts in English. And so I'm assuming the same would be Japanese and Mandarin. Those versions would just have the spoken word parts translated for them, and then the rest of the songs are just sung in Korean. And then so each individual member has their own version, and I listened to one of them randomly to see, but they're all speaking in English. Like all so sorry, let me break it down. The individual versions have a Knife version of the song Knife, sung by just them as a solo version, and then they have a voice note, and then there's Knife English version, and then it goes into the album. So yeah, they have like these voice memos. I was listening. They're all in English. Again, I don't know. I couldn't find concrete evidence if it was actually the English voice notes or what it was shared across all albums, or if it's just because we are located in North America, so we only got the code or whatever for the English versions. I don't know. But even that, the voice notes were just like, oh, this is what I wanted to do. Like them speaking like from themselves, being like, this is what I wanted to do with the Knife version, my version. I wanted to add more of this to it. I'm like, okay. Great. But I guess, like, again, if you were an Engine, I bet that would be kind of cool. Being like, oh my god, like, Nikki is talking to me. Sure, I guess. But like you said, I'm like, it's a little excessive to me from my perspective of being like 11 versions. My goodness.
Yeah.
But again, I do like someone that tries to something completely different. The other thing about it is it's vampires. So it's about vampires. And when I watched the music video for Knife, I didn't get vampire from it personally. And this is where I felt old. I'm like, is it just this is the new age of vampires? This is what they look like? I get maybe. And I don't get it personally. But
I wonder if there's like more lore to their stuff, because I also, when I watched it, I was like a little bit like taken aback. I was like, oh, vampires? Like I just like, I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but like I was like, maybe there's like more to this. Maybe they do a vampire thing. I don't know. But
yeah. So when I did look it up, so The Sin Vanish is a cinematic concept album that continues in Enhypen's vampire universe. So I guess there is a vampire universe. So you're right there. It's focusing on escape, forbidden love, and consequence. It's structured almost like an audio drama or a mystery series.
Okay.
Rather than just a collection of songs. So yeah, it was what they were trying to do, which again, I can appreciate. With narrative tracks, a skit, and musical tracks to form a continuous narrative arc. There's definitely a narrative arc there throughout the thing, but this is what always kind of makes me laugh. 7 vampires, the members, and their human lover, one lover, break the rules of their world, choosing to escape together rather than deny desire and face pursuit, danger, and emotional conflict. Again, potentially cool. I just feel like it was baiting YN fanfic a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're kind of trying to be like, you're the one vampire girl, which hey,
I mean, if
love.
you love Enhypen, you're probably like, hell yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I felt old. But I get it. We've all been there. We all read YN fanfic. Let's not. Let's be real.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm being like super critical of the song, I was expecting more from the plot. And I was also expecting more from the dance break in the song. I don't know why I have this in my head that Enhypen is like a big performance band, but watching the music video, their dance was very like, it was just fine to me. I was just like expecting like more I don't know, something. And it didn't really deliver, so I was like, okay. And I didn't really like the song Knife. I thought it was not that good. It felt very repetitive again, which is I've said many times I don't really like. So it's like, not really my jam.
Yeah, we had a similar agreement on Knife. Again, even if for me, I'm in it. I'm going through the beginning to the end of like this lore within this album. Knife just didn't feel like it even fit in that lore aspect of it. So again, I looked up like, yeah, well, what was the whole plot of this album, as it were. So the beginning, which is the first track, if you want to call it, is a spoken word. It's basically a direct lore dump. It opens the album like a news report or a story prologue, and it sets the tone for what's to come. So it basically just goes, there's 7 vampires, and they broke the rules. They made an unsanctioned vampire or some shit like that. You're like, okay, fine. And then No Way Back featuring Suyeon. Actually, I did like this song. This one I liked. Kind of like the begins. Oh, there's no way back. You can't come back from this decision you've made. It's alternative R&B with dreamy intensity. Determination mixed with anxiety. Choosing to escape, even if it's irreversible. Suyeon as a haunting texture. Okay. It's an immersive opening track, emotional track, okay? And The Fugitives, the next one is a spoken word. It just continues the narrative. The group is officially on the run, okay? They're on the run now. They've done what they've done and they're here. And then it goes into Knife. And I'll go, oh. So, trap-driven hip-hop with sharp synths and heavy beats. That's why you don't like it. You don't like trap. We've discovered this now. They confront danger head-on during their escape. So that's why I guess Knife is, they're trying to get out and people are confronting them with Knife. But the metaphor of Knife reflects being on edge. Risky, sharp, intense, cinematic visuals with a dark cyber vampire vibe. So I guess they're cyber vampires, the visual part of it.
Sure.
It's bold, gritty, and meant to be performance driven. So yeah, to me, that's a bit of a stretch, but I get it. If you're trying to do this narrative album, you still want to try to have like a single that someone else can just listen to. Yeah. Not in the album. But it's a bit of a stretch to be like, oh yeah, this is about like them being on edge of a knife. Stealer represents an adrenaline surge, stealing freedom in moments together. The Voice, it's another spoken word. It's basically in lore ad, like it's like an ad for something within their universe. I'm like, okay. Witnesses is another spoken voice one. It's a bunch of people who are witnessing the account of like the fugitives running through the streets or whatever. And I just have a note here that the English voice acting is a little rough, I will say. It's like the dub thing. When we're watching Korean anime or whatever, we can never listen to the dub, okay? I don't know what it is about people, dub voice actors. No shade against them, but I think they're like directed to try to be it just doesn't work for me personally. Mm-hmm.
It's very like over the top.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come across well in English because English people don't really talk like
that. Exactly. And then the next song's Big Girls Don't Cry. Again, I don't like that terminology. I'm sure in this context, big girls are like adult women or like girls that are growing up, but I don't like the term big girls in general. It just gives me the wrong vibe. It makes me feel old. I just feel old. Mm-hmm. Lost Island, Sleep Tight, and The Beyond. Those are all the songs, basically. Okay. Sleep Tight, though. Notable. First self-composed song by Jake.
Good job, Jake.
Put it out there.
And the album, as a whole, I was like, I don't really think it's for me. To me, like, it wasn't bad at all. It just sounded like average K-pop to me, which is, like, not a bad thing. It's good. It's consumable. Like, if I'm listening to a mixed K-pop playlist, it would be in there and I wouldn't skip it. I'd be like, yeah, great. Another fine song for the mix. Like, but nothing really like stuck out to me in a way where I was like, I gotta go back and check out the rest.
Yeah.
But we were like talking about trying them a lot, so I was like, let me give it my best shot. And I listened to like whatever Spotify classifies as their top 10 songs. I just listened straight through of those. One of them was Knife, and I was like, I'm not listening to that again. So I listened to the top 9, to be fair. But like overall, like from that album specifically, I didn't mind Stealer, and I thought Lost Island was okay, but
Yeah.
I just kind of saved them to like my big playlist in hopes that maybe they would like grow on me. And then from their like general thing, they have a song called Bite Me, which is pretty good, and a song called Drunk Days, which is pretty good. I think Drunk Days might be like one of their like bigger songs, because I feel like I've heard it before, but it was pretty good. So like I saved those two as well. I'm like, maybe they'll grow on me, they'll come on, and I'll be like, oh, let me check out this one. But like in general, didn't really grab me. Probably not going to be an Engine.
Yeah, they're just that much more removed. They're younger, and the sound is younger. Sure, there are some other bands that are younger that we're vibe with more, but yeah, it's not for us, and that's totally fine. Like, it's nothing to say anything's wrong with the music. It's just a different style or generation of music. Now, I haven't listened to any of their other music. I probably will eventually, just take a gander. But I did see, to your point, Knife is quite different than their normal title tracks. I did see that comment a lot, that they normally do more of a more classic pop song as their title track. So it was outside of their norm to do that type of song. So I'm sure the Engines loved it.
I'm sure. I mean, if I was a fan, I would like that vibe of like, this like deep lore thing that's going on, because we do like that in some of our other groups. But I was like, as just like a new person listening to it, I was like,
It's tough to get into. I feel like, yeah, if you're like a fresh, like off, like us, like just jumping into Engine, I feel like it's a tough one to try to jump into, or Enhypen.
Yeah,
I feel like it's hard to just dive into this and be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I will say that their visuals are they're cool. Like, the cover of their solo albums look pretty good. But they're like 12.
Yeah, like I don't know the range for. I feel like they're a little older than we think they are.
I feel like their leader is 2002.
Like, I think they debuted like around, like at least like 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say. Like, I feel like they've been around like in that sense for.
They debuted in 2020, so 6 years. Yeah. They're coming up on their re-sign, I guess.
I can't really say that I don't like it because it's too young, because I really like the Chorus album, and they're even younger than that. So I'm like, it depends on the vibes, right? This just like wasn't really my vibe. But then I didn't think Chorus was either, and it grew on me. So that's why I was like, let me just add these songs. Maybe it'll grow on me. Yeah. Maybe. Because it's not bad music. It just wasn't like, blow my mind music. So we'll see.
We'll come back. Yeah, this is classic us, though.
I know, that's why I'm like, I don't want to say too much that I hate. I don't want to say I hate it, because who knows? No, maybe a year from now I'll be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hate it, the whole experience of it. Again, I love someone that's trying to do something different. Again, it's so hard, especially in the space of K-pop, to try to stand out and be different. There's only so much you can do. So cool, doing a narrative album, I've honestly never really heard of that before in this capacity of, and they're so big, like they're so like, so to just drop a narrative album feels like, whoa, that's pretty daring. So sure, go Enhypen. Not that they need, like, they literally don't need any, like, they're so popular.
Yeah.
Don't need the extra push.
All we're saying is a couple months from now, we might be back and we might be like, I love it. We don't know yet. We need more time.
Okay, but the next one. This is the spiciest one, I feel like.
Yeah.
January 19th. EXO, ever heard of? Released their first comeback in a few years. But Reverse finally came out after all this hubbub about OT9, OT6, blah, blah, blah. 8th studio album, reimagined Reverse, not as going backward, but as return to form, a rebirth of their universe and a journey into the world, mirroring both retrospective lore and fresh direction. That's the description of the album. This is where I'm like, yikes, they really dropped the ball with that, because that explanation would make me think they did plan for OT9 and it didn't go, because that, when I listen to that, oh, they're trying to like, oh, EXO is back and we're rebuilding the whole EXO universe. I'm like, well, you only had 6 out of the 9 members, so...
I think it's kind of tough, because if they're really leaning on the universe of it, it's like, if you're a fan, you know there are so many more characters in the universe. Like, what, are we just gonna pretend like these guys are, like, what, on a break? Taking a nap?
Exactly.
Like, during the story?
They're stuck on... Well, maybe that... Hey, you're right. There you go. Maybe they could write that into the next universe album of, like, oh, they were off.
Yeah, we were in, like, a deep slumber or something. Like,
yeah, so maybe there's hope there. So, yeah, when I read that, I went, oh, that makes a lot of sense, where the goal was there, but I just don't know if it delivered. So this is where I was thinking, oh, the CBX thing might have had an impact, because this would have been their first album in 8 years with all 9 members. So I went back and looked. My Tempo in 2018 was the last album with all 9 members, and I looked back their music videos numbers. They honestly, they weren't that much different with this release. With the so Cream Soda had 31 million views. Let Me In had 21 million views. Hear Me Out had 17 million views. So Crown had 44 million views. This album's title track. So I thought that was interesting. Just in like, so the last OT9 album wasn't that overly successful, at least on YouTube music video numbers.
That's what I was just wondering that, because from what I saw, like, we saw the album sale numbers, and it was only like, I mean, maybe it's a bit more now, but it was like 200 something thousand for this album, and their last album was like over 1 million. And I was reading some stuff, and like, I guess Baekhyun specifically has like a massive Chinese fan base that like basically drives sales like crazy for them. So everyone, like, what I was seeing was that it didn't sell as much because they didn't have CBX in it, and like specifically didn't have Baekhyun in it. And I was just looking, yeah, like that album sold 1.1 million pre-orders, and then after, it was almost nearly 3 million after.
For which one?
Almost for My Tempo.
Damn.
Well, like there's like different ones. I guess they did like a repackage and whatever. Like all
but
told,
still,
it was like 2 to 3 million sales for that, and this one was 200,000. But that's what I was seeing.
Nice.
Like, that's where I was like, I heard a little bit of tea, because apparently his Chinese fan base is just that massive and that dedicated that it would make such a significant dip in numbers to not have him in there.
That's so fascinating. But also, LOL, Lay being like, what? Lay's like the Chinese member, and they're like, no.
Well, I was thinking it kind of makes sense to me in a way, because Baekhyun owns that company too. Like, he started that company and stuff. Like, he obviously has like there's some sort of big pull to him somewhere, somehow, from something, and from his own solo stuff. Like, in a way, it did make sense to me, because he does seem to be the most like established, successful like member that's over like China based now. So I was like, oh, it kind of makes sense to me, I guess. And like, I wonder if they had never said anything about CBX being in it, if it was just like OT6 from the start, everyone would have been like, oh, shame, but like, fine. But because they had that whole like weird back and forth official statements and stuff, like, it made it like extra weird. So like, even if you were like a fan of both, you'd be maybe like, I'm kind of on the CBX side of this, and like then not buy it for that reason. I wonder. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but
I mean, it has to be true though. Even me, like, I wasn't fully like, I listened to EXO, and you know, we did our music video competition. Go check that out. To see them all together, like 8, 9 members. Oh, like, okay, cool. So I was really excited. I actually was really excited for like OT9. And then when it wasn't happening, we're like, oh, like I was kind of bummed about it. But then I was like, no, I'll give it a chance. But it does feel like there's something missing.
Yeah.
Basically. But so the actual album had around 9 songs, I believe. To me, this would have been better if it was a mini album. I think it would have been a lot better. I like the first 4 songs on the album. I thought they were pretty good. But then the second half of the album just kind of truly just, unfortunately, just washed away from me. It just, there's nothing super memorable about those last 4 songs. 4 or 5 songs. So if they just packaged the first 4 songs and then maybe one of the 2 of the other ballads, I'm like, oh, that would have been a good album that I could have gotten behind. But
I listened to it through and like not a single thing stood out to me. And I was like, at the time I was kind of like, maybe I just need to listen to it again. I probably still do need to listen to it again. I just like haven't gotten around to it because like it just seemed like really disappointing. So I was like, I really want to like listen to it again. But like I wanted to like it so bad. Like so I was bad. Like, especially with the concept's amazing. They look so good in like everything. Like I was like, I want to buy it because it looks so good. But I'm like, don't really like the songs that are on it. So it's like
that's the catch, right? Like it's hard for I think us to understand the chokehold EXO had back in the day because I don't see it. Like, I've listened to all their albums, and this is the exact feeling I had listening to all their albums. There are some absolutely great songs that make sense, but then you watch them, and you go, oh my god. Then you're, like, pulled in by, they truly are more of a performance personality band for us.
Mm-hmm.
People like their music, it makes sense, but I mean, everyone here knows we're BTS led, but when the people compare BTS to EXO music-wise, I don't. But maybe it's not they're not comparing them music-wise, but they were the 2 bands at the time.
Yeah.
I just don't see it musically. Like, BTS's music just seems so much more rounded and like self-producing bands, different. So, but I did like the first 4 songs. I liked Crown. It was a good song. It's a fun song. And Back It Up, Crazy, Suffocate. Those are the first 4 songs. Yeah, they're good. I can listen to them. Crown music video. I like the way, again, I like their outfits. They have this like cool medieval but fashion, but also like uniform, like military uniform. But the actual music video,
I mean, yeah, when I watched it, I was like, they look incredible. But then like, I was like, I don't know what the story is.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening, but there was a lot of fast cuts, it felt very chaotic and not in a plot way. You know what I mean? You know how you can cut chaotically and it works, but this didn't make sense to me to cut so chaotically, and it didn't hit even. And for me, you know, dance girly, the dance wasn't it either.
I saw a lot of people complaining that there was a lot of like AI transitioning in the music video too, which like I didn't really notice because I was looking at them a little bit more. But if I watched it again with that in mind, maybe I wouldn't see it a bit more. But I did see people saying that it was like kind of bad.
That makes sense. Okay, that probably explains a lot from what I was noticing when I was really trying to just watch it. If it was like an AI, like they put it through AI, that makes sense because there is no inherent line through the music video, in my opinion. It just felt like, hear them looking hot dancing, and then cut to this like one Dio in like stone coming out of stone, and then cut back to this, and I'm like, there's no coherent line here. And sure, I understand that music videos don't always need to have a coherent line, but there wasn't even like one coming back to like mass dance sequence. I think even like their big dance break was like it cut away so fast. Like you're not even, anyway, it's frustrating again. It's frustrating because there was potential there. It felt like I've seen this. This is exactly like an EXO dance from 5 years ago, which is fine. But yeah, nothing new. It felt like old regurgitated music. Like, and again, I don't know if that's the difference between these self-produced groups and like an EXO group. It's like, this is just a fun dance song, and there's no soul to it, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like they lean really heavily on bringing the lore back. So like, if when we do EXO lore, I'm curious to look at it through that lens, because like they talked a lot about how like their powers are. So like, I think the stone thing is like a power, like one of the powers. Like I think their powers are on display here somehow. So like, if when we do the EXO lore thing, it'll be interesting to see, like, do we get it a bit more if we know the lore a bit more. So, put a pin on that one for now, because you might change your mind.
We will. I might. Again, we trust us when we say we want to love them from beginning to end.
I think it's because I personally just love the personality side of them so much. Like, I watch like a lot of their shows and like stuff like that, and like I want to like them so bad.
I love them.
But then every time I hear a song, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, there are obviously banger songs. Like my number one song was like Love Shot, of course. But like, even before that, there are other songs they have that I'm like, these are bangers. But it's like one banger per album almost. Like that kind of vibe. Where I'm like,
which like compared to like even like Stray Kids, let's use a non-BTS example. Like Stray Kids, I'll listen to their album, there'll be like maybe one song that's not like a full-on banger out of like 8.
Yeah.
But I like every other song on their album. So I don't know what to say. It's unfortunate because but okay, so let's just quickly go through it, okay? So Crown, it was a hard dance EDM trap fusion. So, already not on your good list. So the way they describe a loved one likened to a crown. So something precious to protect at all costs. I'm like,
okay.
How do I buy that? Sets the tone for the whole project with confidence, energy, lyrical stakes, blends EXO's music performance roots with modern sound design. That's a lot to say for that song, but back it up. So this is the one they did perform at the MMAs or Mamas. I can't remember which one. One of those. So I was right there. So this was this another single. I liked the song. I liked it then. I liked it now. It's a classic dance song. Bold synth breath, heavy 808 bass, a message of pushing out of the darkness and proving yourself. Perfect for stage performance. Okay. A forward driving, rugged club banger. This that was already teased at the Melon Music Awards. So MMA, yeah. Crazy was an electronic pop song with Brazilian funk elements. Losing yourself in intense love, wild impulsive emotions. Danceable rhythm yet emotionally charged. Suffocate, house leading smooth groove. The pain of breakup that leaves you breathless. You're suffocating. Get it? A bit darker, more mature, moody. And then the last half of the album, moonlight, shadows, romantic imagery of shadows meeting in moonlight, elegant and dreamy, softer track. Yeah. Back Pocket was an R&B funky mid-tempo. Magnetic desire to keep someone close, like you're always in the back of your pocket.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. I love the breakdowns of these songs. Perfect for cruising playlists. Okay.
Okay.
Touch and go, a falling in love, like a row of dominoes. First touch, then everything tumbles. Like, I love the breakdowns. They're so funny. Flatline, reviving a flat and hard metaphor for life or love restarting. Now, I will give Suho some props in this song. I really, towards the end, he has a really nice falsetto. Suho, he's the leader of the band, but he does have a really nice voice. So he sold me on this song. This song, I was like, oh, I actually picked something up out of this song. So thank you, Suho. And then the last song, I'm Home, which we discussed last comeback. It was the song they released for Christmas or the holidays, and it was called a winter ballad. So I did call that, okay. Finding comfort and warmth in relationships, fitting for the end of the record. An emotional closer. Okay, that's the album. That's our thoughts. It would have been cool to see it as CVX, with CVX OT9, but the world is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it was crazy because I feel like they had the a teaser trailer for the album, and people were cutting that down, and there were, so the universe had like surrounded by trees, and the powers of their trees. There were 9 trees in that video, so
yeah, it seemed like it genuinely was going to be that, and then whatever was going on there, they were like, no, cut it.
Hey, as we said, we're CBX for life. We don't even, but they were I basically, what I gathered what happened, they were going back and forth with contract stuff, and there was something along the lines where CBX would have had to pay to be a part of it or something like that, and they didn't want to pay it, and that's fair. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay to be a part of this.
To be in my own group.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What the hell?
And I could see on the side, I think I saw a few reels here and there of Baekhyun like still being fully like EXO, and like, yeah, they're still, them themselves as members obviously love the other members. There's no like beef between the actual members, so like,
yeah, I mean, I think those like all those like official statements were so shady, because like it was like SM being like, they're really putting this stress on other members, and then it cut to like them like going to each other's like fan signs, and like the CBX members were doing the first snow dance and stuff like that. I'm like, are you sure? Because it doesn't seem like there's any beef here. No one's feelings are hurt.
No.
Maybe your feelings are hurt, but no one cares about you.
Yeah, like, I have a feeling that all the other 6 members of EXO will be like, yeah, get your bag, my boys. Like, I don't feel like they're gonna be like, no, I don't want them to make their money. It's like, fine. Yeah. From what I gather, I think SM just always kind of hated Baekhyun for leaving and making his own company. I just feel like that's what it is.
If it's true about the fan base thing, they're probably like a little salty that they don't get that money or whatever. It's like,
well, should have treated them with respect.
The only thing I'll say is, it's so funny to me that they have the song for Crown. It's like, I'm coming for the crown, and I'm like, this year of all years, this year.
I know. I'm like,
I'm no shade or anything. Like I said, I want to love them, but I'm like, you're coming for the crown this year.
And like, numbers don't lie. We talked about it in our bonus episode, but Adi Lang already has 4 million pre-sales. At that time, that was like a couple weeks ago.
I'm also like, even like, take away the top spot, even second spot, pretty sure it's gonna be Big Bang. Like, you're coming for the crown also the year that Big Bang is back. Like,
I mean,
it's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. I mean, hey, confidence.
We love the hustle.
I love confidence, but like, it's a tough sell.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just think that the crown is the crown within their own lore.
Universe. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something there that they have to like defeat. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot going on this year. So. But yeah, that was all the music this month. But we, as we've now learned, there's a lot of fashion. So there was another fashion show or fashion week. So we'll just touch on that again. So it comes through our feed. We're like, oh my god, it's happening! Fashion, some kind of fashion week. So Mingy for Louis Vuitton, which again, I didn't really know Louis Vuitton did menswear. Like, I know Louis Vuitton is like the most like iconic female heels with the red lining, but I mean, his red boots look sick here.
I also saw him with like men's like dress shoes, black ones, and the bottom was red too. So like, I think they do that exact same thing, but like with men's dress shoes. Which I was like, well, slay.
I know. I'm like, Louis Vuitton, you go, man. Songwa walked for Sungzio. Yeah. And then the talk of the town right here, Hyunjin and Mingyu were I don't know if they were guests. I'm not sure 100% how this works, but for Dior, which I don't know how this world works, because isn't Hyunjin like with Versace? Like, I'm like, oh, but now he's like,
I mean, you can do more than one, I guess.
No, you could. I would assume that I guess they're not a global ambassador. Maybe like
yeah, I don't know what their status is. Maybe they were just invited to like hang out.
Because yeah, if you're like Bangchan and you're like the global ambassador for Fendi, and then all of a sudden you're wearing Dior, I'm pretty sure that would be a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure there's got to be contracts there. Anyway, Mingyu looks insane. Like, I actually can't. This look has a chokehold on me, and I don't know why, but he looks so good here.
At first, I was like unsure because he's wearing like he has like wide leg pants on and then like a shorter jacket, and I was like the shorter jacket was like throwing me a little, but then the pants were really selling me for some reason. Like they make his legs look like so long. I was like,
yes,
okay.
And then, like, again, no shade to Hyunjin, but like, Hyunjin is, I was just wearing like nice jeans, like a button, like a plain white button down with a really nice like the sweater. But like next to me, he just looks so like Mingyu looks so rich too. Like he looks, I don't know, he looks really good. That look had a chokehold on me. I mean,
he literally has like a model's like body and face, so
totally. Well, so does Hyunjin though too. Really. That's why I'm like, ugh.
Well, yeah, but when they're like they took pictures side by side, and he's like,
yeah,
like quite a bit taller than him, so like he has like the height also.
I know this photo like made me laugh because Hyunjin is the tallest of Stray Kids, and to see him next, he's like a foot smaller,
Yeah.
like a head, like a full head shorter than Mingyu, which is pretty funny. But obviously they both look amazing. What can we say? What can we say?
Yeah.
And then Seungkwan and Che Wushik. Do you know him? I didn't.
Yeah,
know him.
he's from the Wooga squad.
Okay, I figured. Okay, but yeah, he's in the Wooga squad.
I just thought it just tickled me to see, it just tickled me to see the two of them together. Cause I'm like, that's so random. Choi Woo-shik and Seungkwan. I'll take it.
for Amy too, by the
Mhm.
way, for Amy.
It seemed
Yeah,
like
they look
more
cute.
of a casual fashion thing because they both like. I mean, Seungkwan looks. I hate that his collar isn't like one side is tucked in and one side's not. I hate that, but like otherwise he looks really good.
He looks great. He looks
Like
great.
very
Yeah.
handsome, very like dapper.
Very nice. Yeah, because he's usually so boyfriend coded. Not that this isn't boyfriend coded, but it's like more like the
This is like
we're going
fancy.
to a nice.
We're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going on a nice date tonight.
He looks fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Wushik looks like great, but like yeah, super casual. He's wearing like big wide leg jeans, and he has like a green sweater around his waist and a leather jacket. Like,
yeah.
okay, look
I was
good.
like, yeah,
but
sure, whatever. I just like that they took a picture together. I was like, yay, I love it. I love to see it.
And then of course we got our iconic Louis Vuitton peoples. We had the 8, Jackson, Gong Woo, and Bam Bam walked. I go slay Bam Bam.
I was trying to find a picture of them all together because I think the 8 and Jackson definitely had a picture together, but there were some other people in it that I was like, I don't know who these people are. But they always seem to like meet up at these things, probably because they have a lot in common.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's always some kind of like funnel of like, here's all the Korean people.
Yeah.
Like they probably try to get them all at the same time, right? Because like this is, I know we obviously always only talk about the Korean, but there's a bunch of celebrities here.
Yeah.
Like I forget who else, but when I was looking it up, there's a bunch of other North American celebrities, etc. So I mean,
there was a ton of people for this Louis thing, like Western celebrities and like all these like crazy, like a crazy amount of people at this. This must have been like a major show there because I saw so many people at it. But I really wanted to find a picture of Jackson and Bam Bam together, but there wasn't one.
I know, it's probably because I can imagine that would be the difference, right? Bam Bam's walking, so like maybe he was harder to get access to him because he's in the back, or I don't know.
But the song that was playing when he was walking, unreleased Jackson Wang track featuring, unreleased Pharrell track featuring Jackson Wang, I think.
And isn't it called? It's something
called
on
Sex
Hinge.
God.
Insane.
After that, like he posted that, and then like he was posting on Instagram with it as like a song over the story, and I was like, so every day I was like looking at Spotify, I'm like, is it here? Never, has not released nothing. I was like, I want to listen to it.
I hate when they do this with fashion stuff, like Bang Shan's Fendi song, Roman Empire. I'm like,
I want to listen to it. Release.
I love that song. I know, but yeah, and you also found like a random one-off with G-Dragon, Hyunjin, and Felix.
Yeah, apparently at the same time, there's some kind of like charity concert series that goes on at the same time, and G-Dragon and Stray Kids were headlining and A$AP Rocky, I guess. But it's like a children's charity concert that happens around the same time. But yeah, I guess it was like just a quick picture of G-Dragon, Felix, and Hyunjin. Great.
And some random guy, but
oh yeah, I cut him out of it. He was somebody important. I think he might be like a designer or something. Like he was like a name, but I was like, I don't know who this is.
And G-Dragon's looking very grandma chic again. We love it.
Yeah, this is particularly. I was trying to find full body picture of it because I was like, this is a look. This is quite a look.
Very G-Dragon. And then I pulled a few more like notable people that were there. So Karina from aespa for Prada, she looked very nice. It was very dapper, very nice look.
Yeah.
Lee Byung-hyun for Zegna. He's a big K-drama actor. He was in Squid Games, and he's actually recently in a new movie that was apparently really good. I forget what it's called, but anyway, he was there. Mark Lee from NCT for Ralph Lauren, and another K-drama actor, Byun Woo-suk for Prada. I put him in here because he was in a K-drama I watched called Record of Youth, co-starring Park Bo-gum. Ever heard? Yeah, he's cool. I like him. So it was cute. He's got like a pink sweater and black trousers. But yeah, it felt like, I see what you mean though. Like it felt overall like way more relaxed. I think, I remember when I was looking at it, there were certain shows that were called ready to wear shows. So
yeah, that makes sense. Again,
we're so not in the fashion sphere. If everyone's listening, they're like,
oh
my god, they're butchering it. I know, I'm sorry. We're mixing it all up. It's I locked in one day after work and I was going through them all. And I'm like, there's so many different shows. There's so many different walks. Anyway, so we tried, but we pulled the best one, or the ones we could find.
Yeah, the ones that we saw.
So, I mean, that's January. There's a lot going on. Exciting.
Yeah, what's even coming up? I guess we got ATEEZ coming up.
ATEEZ? What do you mean what's coming up? ATEEZ is coming up next month, which, again, it's been very hard for us to get excited because BTS always takes over our life.
But the concept is looking good. I'm excited.
For ATEEZ, that's what I mean. I was just going to say, I'm actually really excited. Now that we've bought tickets and we're good for BTS, it's all good, I'm like, oh, I could actually think about other things. They're going back full pirate mode.
Yeah.
What? I'm so excited. But yeah, their latest... well, we gotta complete the set anyway. Now that there's a part 4.
We were just like, we're done. We checked off Golden Hour, and then this one's like, Golden Hour Part 4. Like, okay, I guess not.
There's right now the one that's like modern pirate look. Obsessed. And then they also have like a really old school, like even like it looks black and white style photo.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Ice on My Teeth vibe, so I'm excited.
Stay tuned next month when we'll get into it.
Yeah, and maybe Big Bang next month. We still don't know the date for that, or maybe Top. We don't know the date for that either.
Girl, literally this morning dropped another teaser. Girl.
I know, I'm like, can you give literally anything? A month.
It's literally just a continuation of that teaser, basically. Just wrote more down on a
like, it's paper. Coming, like, okay, but when?
Okay, when? How many songs? Mini album, full album? What's happening?
Yeah, like, hello.
Oh, well, stay tuned for all of that. And, also, notable comebacks of this month.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't ever skip that. We can't skip it. Cat's Eye came out with a new song. Internet Girl. Juhani from Monsta X came out with a solo comeback. Illit had a Japanese comeback. Inseong from SF9 had a solo debut. Dio, I guess, had a single. La Poème, I loved them. La Poème was they did an awesome cover of Ode to Joy with ATEEZ in they're cool. I really like them, and their album cover art looks fucking sick. I listened to it too. It's pretty good, but again, it's very different. And this is why the term K-pop does bother me, because they're more of like, they're a 4-piece operatic group, so it's very, very different. But it's so cool.
Yeah.
Again, pretty unique, and I like their vibes, but they're not. They're not called pop. They're just
Yeah.
Korean guys singing. Like, okay. And then TXT had their SSS song "Sending Secret Singles" remix. So that's that.
Interesting start of the year.
It's very
Interesting mix.
interesting. And it's only gonna get better and more and explosive. So with that.